Hi, I'm Christina Castiglione, and I'm the owner and lead artist of The Messy Painter. My proudest moment since starting The Messy Painter is proving to myself that I do not need a 9-to-5 practical job to sustain my income or to sustain my lifestyle. I'm not making millions of dollars, but I'm certainly making enough to pay the bills and more, and that was my goal, was just to make enough to be comfortable, to provide for my family and for myself. And it was really difficult in the beginning, but I think being able to prove to yourself that you can do something and not lean on a crutch is really important. And it was really important for me to prove that I could do that. The advice I would give to somebody who is starting their own business or who wants to start their own business is to stop making excuses. It's not easy. You need to do your own research. You cannot always rely on asking somebody else how they run their business because everyone's different. And even though it's filled with fear of failing and filled with fear of not having enough money, sheer determination and persistence pays off. Learning how to do things the right way the first time around, even if you make a mistake, instead of being scared of doing it, is really important. And just not waiting around for somebody to hand you a stroke of luck. I mean, these things don't happen because you get lucky. They happen because you work hard. When things get really difficult and really stressful, which they do frequently because I'm taking on so many projects at a time, and I often feel overwhelmed. And I tell myself that I deal with stress really well, but I don't. So just have to remind myself to take everything one day at a time, one thing at a time. Making to-do lists and having everything hanging up in my studio and sticky note reminders, but then organizing those and prioritizing them really helps me to stay focused and not get overwhelmed, and really just coming back to that one thing at a time, one day at a time. And I just kind of repeat that to myself, and I slowly check things off the list, and it gets a little easier. I'm inspired by people being inspired by me. So when somebody tells me that I've inspired them to try something new or to take that painting class, that's really exciting for me to hear. I'm also inspired by other artists, especially in a community like St. Pete, where we're just surrounded by them. I mean, you walk down the street, you see these amazing murals, and somebody made that with their own two hands. I'm inspired by traveling and by my heritage and by cooking, by walking into my own backyard and just admiring that we live in a state where the weather's, with the exception of summer, almost perfect every day. And most recently I'm inspired by being a mom and the things that I didn't think I was capable of doing that I'm proving to myself I am.